And to me, it's a method of recording where you can let the vocal shine a little bit more.
This episode is being supported by Tape It. If you currently use voice notes to record your ideas, you should try Tape It instead.
So then I get on the Juno, and for better or worse, my idea was a little at a time, so I start going like this. And right there, that's what I heard in my head. I was like, oh, that's so fucking hip. I love the way that feels. What's great about the Juno is there's this, I'll play it for you. When the chorus is on, there's this ocean sound that just eats up the track. It's this. You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that with the drum. It's almost like my version of like tape noise. And you take the chorus off, it's kind of dead, but with it on, like you almost like feel me sitting there. It's like so tense. I got really obsessed with this like bouncy, weird man trying to find something while the song is happening vibe. And it's a live take and it kind of keeps growing.
And is that ocean sound? Is that a loop or is that?
No, it's in the keyboard when the chorus is on. You can't take it out, so it just lives in the song.
Right.
So I had this, and I was like, yeah, this is the shit. This is what I heard in my head. Whole fucking song could be this. Then I picked up a live bass. Start going like this. Just gives a little more character to it. You heard? Kind of noodling around. So the bass world is really fucking weird, which I liked that because I knew it was going to be a really like clear pop song in a way. The bass world is this. Loose as fuck. It's noisy. Not really hanging on any major concept or idea. Even weirder in the first verse. Check this out. Synth and live bass kind of rolling off in each other. But it's all anchored by. So you could only imagine how shit it would be if my synth and my bass were locked to the drum. But them being so janky, and I mean like this shit really gets loose. You hear us talking in the room coming through the bass speakers. And that to me is when I get excited. So that's when I brought these back in. So then that's when we start getting to that point where it's like, all right, I'm gonna go home and finish the lyric, but let's build this track in a really cool way. So
if you, like so many of our guests, use voice notes to capture your ideas, you will love Tape It. It's the iPhone recording app designed specifically for musicians and songwriters. With Tape It, you can record straight from your lock screen, set markers, add notes, and even include photos of settings. Plus, there's cloud sync, you can import your old voice notes, and to stay on top of it all, Tape It has great labeling features like automatic instrument detection. And all of the above is free. If you currently use voice notes, switching to Tape It is a no-brainer. And there's more. If you upgrade to Tape It Pro, it uses 2 microphones on your iPhone along with gentler dynamic compression to give a much more natural sound than any of the usual apps. And we have a huge offer for you. 50% off Tape It Pro if you upgrade now. Just go to the app and use the promo code TAPENOTES or click the link in the description below.
So I pick up my cello again and I do this. Which I swear to God is such a backbone of this album that no one would really know.
And sorry, is this still in New Orleans or is this back?
These two are both in New Orleans.
Was it just because the cello was there?
It was pretty much because it was there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always trying to pick up things, but I'm also like, it's pretty rare that I want, which sometimes why my songs are very hard to play on acoustic guitar, because I rarely want one instrument to be doing all the chord information. It's very rare that I like that. You know, like, so for example, like, you know, this is sort of one layer of instruments. Sometimes the bass catches. Right there, caught it, bum, 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 but not really following it, you know, terribly close. Even these acoustics, which are really bright, are only catching the chords on sort of the back half. You know, no one's going bum, 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 following the exact thing. And to me, it's a method of recording where you can let the vocal shine a little bit more because everyone's sort of dancing around it. The closest thing I have, I think, oh, this is actually obscuring it even more. This is a bit of a suspended part. I mean, that's a real question mark of it. Well, then now it goes major, but that. So this is a Juno and an M1. This is with the cello and with the basses. So basically all these things. It's almost like this whole song is built on like crazy loose and crazy tight. This is all crazy loose. And then that is deadlocked. Yeah, this song's funny because you might listen to it and think it kind of is a good, fun listen, but it was really delicate of like the push and pull of what was going to be tight, what was going to give you chord information, what wasn't, and then how the fuck I was going to sing it. And we haven't played it live yet because for all these reasons, it's like really unclear what is the driving force in the song. It's just the sum of its parts, which I love. That to have a recording where like that's why I wanted to show it to you today, because it's just very unclear what is gluing the thing together. It's kind of like when you when you hear it, you hear it. The only identifying factor, which even itself is a bit esoteric, is I wanted to have this horn part, which was a much later edition where I just imagined like someone under a streetlight in New York.
Is that the one right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he plays throughout the whole song.
Yeah.
He's just sort of chopping around.
Who is the sax player?
Evan Smith and Zamaudu. We have two of them.
Right.
They really speak to each other. A big thing with Bleachers, we have two drummers, we have two saxophone players. So a big thing is about communication. The way the drummers are talking to each other, the way the saxophone players are talking to each other. You know, one thing I never liked, it was having any kind of band that was standard where it's like boom, 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 music out. You know, like I grew up, my dad used to take me to the Allman Brothers. They had two drummers. I always like when two people are playing the same thing in a totally different way. Yeah, there's a real like dialogue to it. But the big thing on this song is the huge departure in the bridge. So you get here. I love doing what the lyric says sometimes. So I thought, oh, honey, just wait. Okay, stop the whole song. And then... And this is just the kitchen sink. Flutes. Selena string. All these like snare trails are going on. There's my loop backwards. Basically, I was doing everything I can to make the suck out feel huge. So everything's coming in. And then it's so satisfying to me to go back.